Alright guys, for the next step, I'm going to add in my eyes. Now, I haven't drawn them in yet, so I'm going to take my pencil and first, I'm going to draw the iris, which is the colored part of your eye. I'm going to come over here and try to make the same size iris. And then, balance that out a little bit. I'm going to draw the pupil, which is the black part inside your eye. Now, it's okay if it's not perfect. I'm going to do a couple passes there with my pencil. And this one right here. Now, for our eyes, we're not going to use paint for the inside. We're actually going to use oil pastel because then, I'm making this a little bit bigger, I can use different colors and try to blend it in. Now, I have greenish eyes, so I'm going to use my dark green, a little bit of a light green, and then I'm going to blend in sort of this goldish tone. So I'm going to start off with my dark green all the way around the edges. Because when I look at my eyes, they're darkest around the edge. And guys, you can do this with brown too, or blue. Maybe if you have blue eyes, you might have another hint of a color. Same with brown eyes. Brown eyes might have a little bit of a goldish tone. And guys, your paper might slide, but you want to keep your paper on because the oil pastels get very, very dirty if they're rubbing up against each other. Alright guys, and the reason why I keep going back and forth is because I want to make sure I'm filling in all the little white gaps that might show up in my oil pastel, kind of like they do with crayons. I'm also making sure I get rid of that pencil line on the edge. Alright, so now that I have the darker green, you know what? I could even go in a little bit darker. Didn't notice that dark green at first. So I'm just going back over it with an even darker green. Because my eyes aren't quite grass green. Alright, I'm going to come in, excuse me, with my lighter green. Now this one I'm not really trying to get as solid of a color because I'm going to go back in with my gold tone. And guys, I'm not coloring in where my pupil is because I know I want to make sure I can make my black nice and dark. So guys, with my goldish tone, I'm just coming in. I'm kind of doing a zigzag. Kind of blending my greens. And I'll still go back over with my darker green. Come back with my darker green because eyes aren't a solid color. They've got some more subtle hues in them. Guys, if you notice, I had some little bits of oil pastel on the paper. I don't want to swipe it off like it's eraser pieces because if I brush them, they might leave a mark. So make sure if that happens to your paper, you blow it off. Alright, so remember, I go back in with my black to do my pupil. It's also going to give me a nice, dark, rich pupil. And guys, while I'm at it, I'm actually going to take my oil pastel and trace right over where my nose is. Alright. And now I'm going to go ahead and get my paint, and we are going to move on to the mouth. Alright, now I'm going to start with my lips. If you notice on my paint tray, I have skin color and a little bit darker of a skin color, more of a reddish skin tone right here. I'm actually going to mix my lip color using my skin tone and this reddish skin tone because your lips are just a pinker version of your skin. Now, your top lip is going to be slightly darker than your bottom lip. So I'm going to start with my bottom lip first. I'm going to take my end of my paintbrush and scoop up some of that color. I'm going to mix it into my skin tone. Get a little bit more. And before it gets too dark, I can actually use this same color for over top of my eyes or my eyelids. I'm going to actually take just a little bit. Remember, your eyelids are just a very, very small space over your eyes. It's almost like I'm just outlining the top. Because remember, we're going to add our eyelashes over top. Alright, so I'll let that dry. And then I'll continue. I'm going to continue making my lip color. So again, I'm going to add a little bit more of this reddish skin tone to my base color. And this first color is going to go for my bottom lip. And take my paintbrush. Just like before, now outline. Remember, I can see my Sharpie underneath. Fill it in. And then I'm going to add some more of my skin tone, or red to my skin tone. To do my upper lip. And this is just going to go right over top. Outline first. And then I will fill. You guys probably noticed I also had some white on my paint tray. I'm going to use that to put the little reflective light in my eyes. So I'm going to take a paper towel and wipe off the back end of my paintbrush because I don't want to get any skin color in my white paint. I'm going to take the back of my paintbrush, just a little bit, and the white spot on my eye is going to be on the same side. So if I go on the left side of my eye, it needs to be on the left side of this other eye, or both on the right side. So I'm going to put my reflective light right there, a little more white, and my reflective light there, and that just gives it a little bit more realistic look to your eye. So we have one more last step for our self-portrait, and it is your hair, and that's including your eyebrows. So the first thing I'm going to do is think about how my hairline goes on my face. Now remember, your hair is not added to the top of your skull. It actually is going to go right against it. So I like to wear my hair in a part. So I'm going to take it, and here's where my part usually goes. And then some of it comes over to this side. Now you guys usually can't see my ears the way I have my hair. I'm going to pretend I have my hair tucked behind my ear right here. And then I'm going to come back over here and swoop down like this. Now, the rest of my hair is going to follow the line of my head, and then it kind of splits off right around here. Oops, I gotta move that out of the way. Splits off down here. I might have my hair go all the way down. Same with this side. It's gonna split off and go behind my ear. I realize that's hard for you guys to see. But there's my pencil line, and here's my other pencil line. And again, I did say we're gonna do our eyebrows, which are gonna go right over top of our eyes. All right, so now I'm gonna get my brown paint and add it to my tray. And just like before, dry my paintbrush off. And take my paintbrush, tickle the edge of my paint, and I'm gonna follow or outline. My paintbrush is really wet. Outline the space for my hair. I'm going to outline all of my hair. All right, now that I have outlined my hair, I'm gonna go ahead and paint it. Usually we talk about painting the same direction. If you're a girl, I prefer to brush hair going the direction it goes down my face, or painting it the direction it goes down my face. So if you have a strong part like I've added, I'll have some hair coming down this side, and then this side will go this direction. Now that I finished my hair back, or my hair and around my face, I'm gonna go ahead and go over top of my eyebrows. And guys, eyebrows are very important. Have you ever seen those pictures of celebrities without eyebrows? It almost makes them unrecognizable. Alright, and there we go. Alright guys, we have one last thing we need to do before we finish our project. We're going to add our details with our oil pastel just like we traced over the nose. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to trace around my mouth Remember, I can see a little bit of that permanent marker showing through the paint. So I'm gonna go ahead and trace over top of that. I'm gonna give that line in between my lips. Then I'm gonna trace around my eyes. And I need to give my eyebrows, or give my eyes eyelashes. So I'm gonna take my oil pastel and swing in and out. So out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. I'm gonna do the bottom lashes, but there's not quite as many. Remember, I'm not going up straight out. I'm kind of swinging in and out. And there's one last thing. You need to add your chin. So I'm gonna make kind of like a smiley face or a happy face here. I'm gonna come from the side and then come back up. And we are all done with our Veterans Day portrait.